So altogether we understand that a law transforms society, and when a law graduate is being produced ഒന്നും പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല. When there is a law
social
graduate,
engineer is being produced.
a social engineer has been produced, and they can influence a society. Influence ഉള്ള വാക്കാണ് നേരത്തെ. So yes. ഇവര് മൈക്ക് ഇത് നോക്കിയില്ല, എന്തുവാ
ചേച്ചിയുടെ മൈക്ക് വെച്ചിട്ടില്ല.
മൈക്ക് സമയം ചേട്ടന്മാരെ എന്തൊക്കെ
മൈക്ക് വെച്ചിട്ടില്ല. മൈക്ക് വെച്ചു
ഈ മൈക്ക് വെച്ച് അതൊക്കെ വെച്ച് ഇത് തന്നെയാണ് രണ്ടെണ്ണം അവിടെ കണ്ടതുപോലെ ഇല്ല, ഒന്നല്ലോ. ഓക്കെ ഈ മൈക്ക് വെക്കാൻ എന്നെ നേരത്തെ കൊണ്ടുപോയേ. എവിടെ സാധനം എവിടെ? ഇടയ്ക്ക് അങ്ങോട്ടേക്ക് നോക്കിക്കോണേ, ഞാൻ അങ്ങോട്ട് വളരെ ചുരുക്കം സമയത്തെ നോക്കുക. പിന്നെ അഥവാ എന്തെങ്കിലും മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് പറ്റിയാൽ അതങ്ങ് അർജുൻ കവർ ചെയ്ത് പോയിക്കോ. ഓക്കെ, അതാ ഇതിൽ തന്നെ കുത്തിയാൽ മതി. പോകുന്നില്ലല്ലോ. അടിപൊളി. ഡെസ്ക്ടോപ്പിൽ പോയിക്കോ, നേരെ ഇവിടെ കുത്തുക. ഇവിടെ നേരെ അല്ല, ഇവിടെ ഡെസ്ക്ടോപ്പിൽ കുത്തി പുറത്ത് പോയാൽ പോവുമെന്ന് അറിയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. അല്ല ഞാൻ പറയും. ഓക്കെ ഫൈൻ. ഇച്ചിരി വലുതാക്കിക്കോ. Welcome to our discussion today on a crucial issue that demands അതൊന്നുമില്ല understanding on combating crimes against girls and women. I'm honored to be a part of this conversation. I'm Dr. Saiji J S. Honored to അല്ല അതൊന്നും പറയുന്നില്ല. Honored to be
Dr. Saiji J S. I'm Arjun Philip George.
Okay. അല്ല ഇത് ഞാൻ പറയുന്നില്ല, അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് എനിക്കിപ്പോ ടോട്ടലി ലൈക്ക് ബ്ലാങ്ക്. മൊബൈല് താഴെ എവിടെയും വെക്കണോ? സൈലന്റ് സൈലന്റ് അതെന്തോ. ഓ ശരി, ഞാൻ പേടിച്ചു. അങ്ങനെ ആ 1 മിനിറ്റ് ഞാൻ അവിടെ നിൽക്കാൻ. 1 മിനിറ്റ് കറക്റ്റാ? ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ് ടു വൺ ആൻഡ് ഓൾ എന്ന് പറയാമല്ലോ, അതോ ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ് മാത്രം മതിയോ? ഗുഡ് ഈവനിങ്. അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡിങ് കോമ്പാറ്റിംഗ് ക്രൈംസ് അഗെയിൻസ്റ്റ്. 15 സെക്കൻഡ്സ് ഇருக்கு. എൻ്റെ അമ്മേ. சொல்லுங்க சொன்னா ஸ்டார்ட். Our discussion on the topic understanding and combating crimes against girls and women. I'm Dr. Saiji J S.
I'm Arjun Philip George.
As we know that crimes against women are increasing in our country, and there is these people are the vulnerable people among the society, and they have to be protected against such emotional abuse, physical abuse and mental abuse. There are several factors combating this violence against women. So what do you think, what can be the major factors in this increasing rate of violence against women?
Before beginning our discussion, I would like to thank for the opportunity to be on this discussion with you. I'd like to start the discussion by making a statement that women face various types of violence in our society. They face violences ranging from that of domestic violence, sexual assault, forced marriages. The range and severity of these crimes are very much, and it is important to understand that the survivors who are behind this crime are those whose lives are being shattered by violence and injustice. One of the key factor for which is contributing to this crime is gender inequality. When women and girls are being nurtured in such a manner that the family and the society are telling them that they are subordinate to men in the society, it plays as an important role in increasing violence against women.
I think they are being conditioned like that. When a girl is born, from then being a woman, every time the society itself makes them conditioned that they are more. I think that is one reason why there is an increasing vulnerability why women faces such crimes. Moreover, I think education and awareness is something that important, which makes them ensuring that they have enough justice system to give them against this crime. We have justice system which is prevailing in our country, and there are societal tools which make them giving them proper awareness is what makes sense, I guess.
So this awareness will be possible by strengthening the education system as well as our legal and justice system, as justice means to provide what is due to one, and it is very important to hold the perpetrators accountable.
Right.
Along with it, it is important to ensure that the survivors are being supported and protected, and the laws are in such a way that it prevent re-victimization.
Yes, yes.
Or victim blaming has to be prevented by these laws.
I think that is something that the society has to give them. The society itself has to develop a culture of empathy towards them, holding them with them, molding them to be very bold and to face a society even after, if at all any crimes happens against them, they have to be seen normal in the society like any other person. They should be equally treated, is what I guess is more important.
So law plays a very important role in ensuring this equality in the society. So law is a foundation upon which we build our social values and protect the rights of individuals regardless of their gender. It is essential also to recognize that laws alone are not sufficient.
Yes, yes.
Laws should act as an agent which facilitate the social change and address the challenges of gender violence.
Yes. Law is actually a tool for social transformation, because we have been addressing these social issues against women from time immemorial, I guess, because during the British reign, if you take after that only, we could we had prohibited the practice of sati by the reformers, social reformers, Rajaram Mohan Roy. So these kind of things were enabled by way of social legislation. So law is of course an effective tool for making society to move for a more civilized society, to make into that. So yes, law is something that we require in this area.
So law is crucial in defining the offence as well as addressing the offence, right? So the offences like that of domestic violence, for example, is being addressed by law, but how effective it is, how can you effectively implement these laws, are something which has to be checked over and over again. Researches have to be conducted on the same. It has to be ensured that laws are effectively being implemented and justice is being served. Serving justice is very important element of law. Justice means to provide what is due to one. So through legal aid, through counseling, through shelter and through medical care, we can ensure that justice is being served. Punishing the offender alone won't serve justice to the survivors.
I think law can serve as a deterrent to potential perpetrators, where giving them a sign that such crimes against this gender-based violence will not be tolerated by the society, by the judiciary, as well as whoever is or even a normal person should be able to live in the society with dignity, right? To live with dignity is highly important, rather than to be differentiated by such gender-based crimes and violences.
As you rightly said, ma'am, law should send a message that gender-based violence will not be tolerated. And the survivors will be protected. The society will be siding up with the survivors, and the aim of the law through the legal aid programs, through the counseling, should be that society is with the survivor and not with the offender.
Right.
Oftentimes, when the survivors are approaching the court or the legal system for a remedy, they have been re-victimized.
Yes.
Re-victimization or victim blaming is something which we can see.
Yes.
Law should effectively address this victim blaming, the fear of isolation, the fear of cultural norms acting against them, the inadequate support services are all important to be addressed by the legal system.
I think even the domestic violence it's happening, and the dowry offences against, including the dowry demands, all these need to be addressed. We have, in order to combat such crimes against women, a law has been shaped in a way that they have given even protective discrimination to women, women and the vulnerable people sector of the society. I think by enacting such, enforcing such laws, even making them understand about this, will enable the society to understand that the rights of the people, to understand that there is a right for me, and if there is a wrong, there is a remedy as well. So for all these things, law plays a crucial role.
During my studies in law, I was thrown with a question by my teacher.
Right.
When you are determining equality, who is being set as a standard in the
Yes.
society? Now, when you are determining equality, often men are being set as standard,
Right.
and women are always asked to meet that standard. Why is that standard kept? You should be actually striking at that standard and allowing women to grow even beyond that. So social conditioning or the law being a restriction should not be the case when you're talking about protective discrimination. So the protective discrimination aim should not be to ensure that women are able to achieve equality with men. Men should not be the standard.
True.
Equality can be the idea of equality will be fulfilled only when they are allowed to grow without any hindrances as men enjoy.
I think gender based inequality should be curbed. That is, I think the society now, the upcoming society of the younger generation is more on such a path where there is such gender inequality has been to the extent possible. They are trying to cover up that, and of course, yes, all the rules, the regulations, more of in every organization, every institution, we are more in friendly with such gender neutral things that happens around us now.
When you're talking about gender neutrality, when you're talking about remedies which are offered by law, it is very important to have specialized law which addresses specific forms of violences against women. For example, there are intersectional forms of violence. A violence which has been directed at a woman not just because of her gender, but maybe because of her political affiliation, she belonging to an opposite party, right? Because of the disability that the woman might be facing, because of a particular characteristic of that particular woman, because of the age that she is in, right? So that should also be addressed. Specific remedies should be there to address, or specific laws should be there to which provides remedies should be there to address such kind of offences too.
Making people, women aware that they have such remedies in place, understanding that they can approach even without even when having any sort of problems, they can approach for justice, and we have a system that will ensure justice to people, to the needy as well, right? So I think law plays a wonderful role in that.
So as you said, I think what emerged out of our discussion is that law must be responsive.
Yes.
And law should take responsibility, and law should be responsive of the evolving nature of gender-based crimes which are happening in our society. And it is also important, I think, to understand that crimes against women are multi-dimensional.
Yeah.
There are various factors which contribute such violence, and important among them is the gendered perceptions which are existing, or gendered norms which women are always asked to satisfy in the society.
Most of the times I think women are set to compromise as well. So even when there is people, those even the survivors of these crime, they are supposed to compromise in many factors, even emotionally as well. When there is even when there is law, there are incidents where such support system is not working effectively, where it is the duty of the lawyers in place in the society, as well as the students, as well as the community as a whole, to give them support which can make them more strong.
So, as you said, lawyers are thus officers of justice.
Yes.
They play a very important role in our society. So, it is very important to have very enthusiastic and very vibrant young lawyers. It is very important to have vibrant lawyers. And when we think about lawyers, most of the people are reluctant to enter into this profession because of the stereotypical image that they might have, that all lawyers are supposed to go to a courtroom by carrying a coat in their hand, and they have to, it is all about legal battle, they always have to lie. Now, law is far beyond courtrooms, and law is the very framework of our society. It is a very framework of our society. It shapes our society. It is very important to understand that, and it is very important for younger generation to take up,
of course,
this particular career. As law is a set of rules and regulation which is created and enforced by the state, which regulates our behavior, but the officers of law are, or officers of justice are lawyers.
Yes, so lawyers play a very good role, or a special role, in nurturing the society, making people aware about their rights, their duties, and that is something that people should know. I think the coming up generation should also be known that there are institutions which provide legal education in a predominant way. So let me ask, what can be the various choices that we can have with regard to this legal education?
So, as you said, lawyers are social engineers.
Yes.
Law is a tool for social change, and to be an officer of justice, it is very important to be part of a reputed institution which gives the skills, which upskill an individual who steps into this particular field. Now, one of the most famous of such institution is VIT Chennai campus. It is a very remarkable institution. It is more than a collection of buildings, and it is more than a name which has been printed in a degree. It is a dynamic community which has a lot of potential, which unleash the dreams of number of lawyers and nurture the future of our country.
Exactly. From the moment that you step into the campus, you can see the greenery, the state of art, which is a classroom, and the vibrant energy of the students here in VIT, which between these lectures you can see that the people are dedicated. There is a number of enormous people with teachers giving lectures, which makes them more vibrant, and also it's a place where the pursuit of knowledge transcends more than textbooks and extends into a hands-on experience and our cutting-edge laboratories and industry-based studies.
As you said, it is about giving an hands-on experience.
Right.
It is about generation of knowledge. But it is not just about generation of knowledge, it is about generation of individuals who are going to uphold justice for this society. So, the true heart of this campus, I think it lies in the faculty, right, who are very well experienced. As we are discussing the topic of violence against women, there are faculties who specialize in that particular field. There are faculties who looks into the issue of discrimination.
Right.
There are faculties who look into the impact that law can make at workplace. Various discrimination which women face in workplace. And there are faculties who specialize in corporate field. There are faculties who specialize in IPR field. So it will give a multi-dimensional perspective. Consider a girl child who was given lectures by the society or family that she is not equal to men. Consider such a girl child is coming to VIT campus.
Transformation.
That girl will transform.
Right.
With the
which ranges from the south towards the north, from the west towards the east. So cultural integration and knowledge or understanding people from the ground is something that VIT can definitely give the students. That is something which we may not experience in all other institutions.
Along with the cultural integrity that the campus is providing the students with, or the students are experiencing in VIT Chennai campus, this campus also offer students opportunities to pursue their dreams apart from the field that they have taken. For example, a person might have taken up law, but that person might have been also interested in technology. Even when you are discussing about crimes are also not purely social science based.
Yes.
It involves technology. It is important to understand technology. It is important to address the issue of crimes through public speaking, through awareness. As we discussed, through awareness we can address it. So public speaking is important. Then street plays are important. So students can participate in all these activities.
I think there is various activities that VIT is not only the classroom lectures that we get. The practical experience will mold these students to understand the pulse of this society, right? They can go for the legal aid process, which gives them an experience where what exactly the society.
From other fellow students, the experience that the student can get from other fellow students. Consider that such a girl is coming to our campus. This experiences will transform and will increase the possibilities of such a girl. And as I have already said, then there is no limit which she must look towards. The limit is the sky. Sky is
not the limit. So as I think a holistic approach can be given to students is what mainly that VIT can give with the student. They are not really being molded just for giving a litigation alone, just by looking into the syllabus or the textbook, but they can have they have a internship for 5 years where they get to contact and to work with leading advocates, leading law firms, which gives them a hands-on training, which actually rather than after completing a 5-year course, they are not being gone to a court or for a litigation as a fresher, but they have the 5 years internship experience is something I think which is really good for their career building, I guess.
And with regard to internship, they are in a campus which is located in a city like Chennai, which helps them to understand the pulse of the industry. When they are participating in various activities, they will be able to understand the pulse of the industry, the pulse of the society, and it will also attract whatever activities that they are doing. It will attract a lot of social attention, and it will when they are provided with diverse cultural experiences, understand that this diverse cultural experiences will help them to transform themselves in their life as well as in their career. And it also helps them to form lifelong, I think lifelong friendships are formed in this campus.
I think the lifelong learning is also an experience that we can face. As you also said, there are various clubs that has been organized by VIT. So the various programs given by these various clubs actually make them aware or known to various cultures, which includes them to understand how a person from a middle or from the middle of the country, how they have their own culture, how they preserve the culture, as well as several traditions, everything. So this clubs will always enhance the students to have as India is a diverse country. I think VIT is also very diversified in their culture and tradition.
And VIT also always challenge the students as well as the faculties, I think, to transform. VIT always transform, and transformation is very important. As we discussed, there are variety of crimes that women face in the society. So it is important to understand the various crimes which are product of the time right? As the time change, the crime also change. So it is also important for us to change, to face these crimes. So VIT is very transformative. It constantly improves the students, faculties, and the society. Through the students and faculties, by improving the students and faculties, it also improves the society.
Yes, I think why? Because they have an experience learning, not only, as I said, not only classroom, maybe because of that experience learning that they can they can influence a society, and that's why there is a transformation. As you said, once you are being graduated from VIT, you are actually transforming at least the society where they belong to, so they can give something to back to the societies. Ultimately, they are being molded in such a way that they are not focusing on an individual interest. They can consider the general interest as well
of the society.
Right.
So it is giving practical insights about various complexities which are existing in the society. It asks them to be agents of social change.
Yeah, social engineering.
Social change.
Right.
As social engineers, they are acting as agents of social change.
Yes.
So VIT is an institution which asks them to do that,
Right.
or which helps them to do that.
Yeah, so we have a responsibility towards the society as well. As part of, when we speak about a corporate world, we have a social responsibility towards them, so as VIT has. And that's why we are molding our students to be onto a holistic level of approaching not only themselves but also the society, to have a responsibility and accountability. What they learn from VIT should be given to the society as well.
I would like to give an example about what we were telling, the clinical experience that the students are getting through moot courts, legal aid camps, internships, and with regard to debate which is happening on various issues concerning women.
Exactly.
The moot courts which contain problems with regard to essential rights of women. For example, I think with regard to internal moot court competitions which are often being organized, there are problems with regard to abortion, with regard to surrogacy. So these are important issues concerning women. When we are discussing about violence against women, it is important to state this, because students will be exposed to various dimensions of the violence, various dimensions of the issues which a woman in our society, the vulnerable woman in our society, or the marginalized woman in our society are facing.
So I think even the debate society can do more in that level. So what are the possibilities of getting an admission? What is the procedure that we can look on to and with regard to these admission?
With regard to securing admission in VIT, it is important to appear for CLAT or LSAT.
Can you say something about CLAT and LSAT?
CLAT is Common Law Admission Test, LSAT is Law School Admission Test. And once you appear for that test, it is a test for recruiting or for getting students in to major academic institutions in our country,
so
very important academic institutions in our country. And in VIT also, it is very important for the students to get an admission. It is very important for the students to appear for LSAT or CLAT, and then there will be a group discussion and there will be a personal interview wherein the student will, the candidate will be interviewed by the faculty of VIT who will be going to teach them for next 5 years, and after which the +2 or pre-university scores are also being considered.
What are the courses offered here in VIT?
The courses offered are BA LLB program, BBA LLB program, and the courses in PG level are also being offered, which include LLM International Law and Development, LLM in Intellectual Property Laws, and LLM in Corporate Laws. Apart from that, PhD, which helps students, especially women who are interested to empower themselves, who want to look into various issues of discrimination which they face in the society. They can come to this campus. They have been provided with a certain amount of stipend, wherein they can sustain themselves during the time of their research, and they do the research with experienced faculties, and they publish their findings in reputed journals, and they expose themselves.
So quality research is happening,
and it helps the society.
So so these are the things that we can share with this. However, once I think a student is being graduated from the law school of VIT, I think definitely they can bring or contribute to the society, as well as when we were talking about these crimes against women, all these, to combat all these elements, I think the upcoming generation can bring about a drastic change in the perception of such gender inequality and gender based violations or crimes. And I think we will be offering a good platform for the students to ensure that they give their best to the society. And over to you. Yes.
I think we should give the conclusion from where we started.
Right.
Education is the most important thing to empower.
Right.
Law is the most important tool to make a change in the society. Social engineers need to be created by good institutions wherein their skills are being improved, right, wherein they are being confident enough to step out into the society to provide protection to the survivors of various forms of violence. VIT as an institution not only empowers students regardless of their gender, it helps the students to look and understand various issues that
Right.
is faced by women and other vulnerable sections in the society, and effectively help the student to
Right.
be an agent of
Of course.
social change, right, not just an agent of social change. After that, when they are contributing to the benefit of the society, they also maintain a lifelong relation
Right.
with the institution.
Exactly.
Once they pass out, they are
Yes,
not leaving the
exactly.
institution, they maintain a relation with the institution. They help the upcoming students
Right.
too. So it is very important for students to have such a good exposure to address various challenges like that of
Okay, so
violence against women.
I think VIT have the potential, and we will bring the best to the students. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, Anna. Thanks.